Hello everyone. It's James again. And before I start with today's video, I just want to quickly say, all work in this video contains 100% original content of and by myself James Smith, otherwise known as Bgood 4000, and was uniquely created with NAWMAL software, by myself James Smith. As I purchased commercial rights from NAWMAL to produce my unique and original video with this software. Commentary is uniquely my own thoughts, feelings, and expressions. Now that I have that out of the way, I do hope your day is going way better than fantastic. And your journey to self-betterment is going way better than fantastic as well. And today I wanted to talk about a serious question. A question that could be potentially dangerous if someone that is in close contact or that lives with a narcissist. And that is, does a narcissist have intrusive thoughts? You see, I just watched a video of a true crime showing the police footage of an arrest of someone that was quite young for a truly evil and serious event. Now I don't know what this young person's problem is or isn't. But there were some disturbing and interesting situations I observed that made me think about a few things. You see, there is a channel. A few of them actually with self-aware narcissists. Narcissists that are in therapy for one reason and another. And they talk about all the evil things they did. And how to protect yourself from people like them. Now at the time, when watching one of these content creators' videos, I thought it was interesting how they said they had this strong feeling they had to do certain things and cause all kinds of problems for this person they were once dating. That finally went no contact with them. They mentioned how they were out of their mind and they felt like they had to do all of these terrible things. Things after therapy they realized were things that shouldn't have been done. And were even potentially dangerous for themselves as well. Yes. The narcissist thinking about themselves. But it made me also think about how we hear that narcissists can switch from a narcissist to a psychopath with actions. Usually impulsive actions. But they can be more planned actions as well. Such as one spouse trying to delete their current spouse from planet Earth by putting bad stuff in their tea or coffee or protein drink over time. Are there people just blank and there is nothing there? Or is it even more sinister? Are they getting a nagging feeling or voice telling them they have to do it? And it might not be a voice that someone hears with other mental health issues. It could be their own voice. Telling themselves they've gotten away with all kinds of other things. Why not do it? They will just get away with it. And they will just cry to the police if questioned. And that everyone will believe them just like others have believed them about other horrible things. You see, narcissists are masters at manipulating others into thinking the true nature of events happened greatly differently than what really happened. And they start young. However, they end up with this evil inside of them. They usually realize it's there when they are young. And they hone this evil after year after year. If they can get another kid in trouble on the playground for something they really did. And I believe they are hearing or have an inner voice that tells them to keep on going. To set more people up. For those of you that have seen the movie The Orphan, you will remember how the so-called young child that was as evil could be, turned everyone against the mother. Simply because she could tell there was something wrong with this so-called evil child. And I say so-called because this was a movie version of something that weirdly happened after the movie if I'm not mistaken. In the real-life version a couple adopted a young girl from Ukraine. And this young girl turned out to be a 30-year-old woman allegedly. That created all kinds of chaos and evil in their home. Allegedly. But when you think about it, what was in this individual's mind? Where they are hearing incurring thoughts to do and act. You see, I've thought for a good long while that narcissists tend to escalate their abuse and evil behavior. Simply because of what they see as successes. They were able to manipulate this person against that person. And that person against this person. And the narcissist walks scot-free. This makes their ego, I believe, go sky high. And whatever incurring evil voice inside them become louder. Now how this ties in with this case I just learned about is, this individual was basically junior high age. And she sadly yet violently ended the life of her little brother. The mother ran into the little boy's room as she heard him screaming. And it sounds like before this happened the sister had already exited the room. The young boy told the mom what had happened. Then the young boy lost consciousness. The mother then called for help while doing CPR. When the medics were working on this young boy and getting him to the hospital, the boy's slightly older sister comes downstairs and openly tells the officers what happened while in tears. And tells her mother she loves her. And the daughter says to the mother, "I'm so sorry. It was some demonic-ish." The daughter was extremely cooperative. And even helped the officers retrieve the weapon that she used. Later on, because of her age, they interviewed girl's mother alone. Then let the mother talk with her daughter alone. Then they got to talk with the people in charge. Though these conversations weren't shown. And one might assume incorrectly what was said. But at least asking the question I think is fair. Were the officers asking the mother if she wanted to press charges? And it sounds like if that was the question, the answer would likely have been known based on the daughter hasn't been charged as of yet. It was said that the daughter had mental issues and didn't take her medication that day. But it was allegedly reported that the week before she told her friends at school she wanted to hurt her brother. Also, while this girl was sitting in the front of the police car with the nice police officer trying to make this young girl feel better about the situation, she cried and sobbed. And spoke in a very young way. A way that would fit her age. But for a brief moment, her crying stopped. Her voice slightly changed and it became almost sassy and older. As she said, "Come on. I'm a good girl. You don't need these handcuffs on me." Now again, I don't know anything about this girl's problems. But I was reminded about something I've talked about many times. It's how those of us that have lived with a narcissist for a long period of time, we've noticed how they would do their normal horrible mess. But every now and again, we would get a rare glimpse of something else lurking in them. Or so it seemed. Mind you, they might even act like for years like they aren't the bright bulb of the bunch. Then one day they turn to us. With a different look in their face. A hyper-intelligent sound to their voice. A different sound to their voice. And they will say or do something that makes you think you aren't talking to the original person anymore. I only had this happen with my narcissist mother a handful or less than a handful of times. And the same with my ex Susie. The amount of times that happened with my ex Susie was super small. Though she created hell for me almost daily and nightly. The weird creepy feelings I was talking to someone else or something else was only a few times. And those so-called narcissists are different than those that have this mental problem or that mental problem. But are they possibly hearing the same or similar voices? And could the difference be their ability or inability to act upon these voices? Again, I go back to the guy that makes videos talking about how to stay clear and far away from people like him. Because he said when his ex broke up with him, he felt compelled to do these toxic things and that he just lost his mind. Well, what was compelling? What was he hearing or not hearing? Maybe he wasn't hearing an echoing voice like some with severe mental issues. But he or other people might have been hearing something inside their mind. Even if it were their own voices telling them to do such a thing. I ask because we've seen so many people delete their spouse or try to anyways. The question is, what makes them think that doing such a thing is a good idea? And what makes them think they will get away with such an evil act? Is it an inner voice that says, "You deserve that insurance money. Blah blah and blah. You will get away with it"? You've gotten away with framing people your entire life for all kinds of stuff. The reason why you should be super careful if you are with a narcissist or you believe the person you are with is a narcissist. And no, you likely won't get a diagnosis for them. Nor should you care about such a thing. But if you suspect this person is a narcissist, They could be having horrible thoughts against you that are plotting in nature. And for those of you that are believers, I know not everyone is. But for those of you that are believers, we oftentimes see strong similarities between what we know as biblical evil, and those on this earth roaming around like a lion looking for those they can destroy. No matter if it's a child acting out their version of Michael Myers from Halloween in the family home, or you might be living with a narcissist that is ruining every aspect of your life and health. The narcissist is there to ruin people's lives, just like the devil. And there are people that are mentally ill that sadly go on evil rampages where homes are completely destroyed along with the mentally ill child's life on top of it. I'm not saying what happened or didn't happen. However, what the daughter said happened in her words when speaking to her mother. She said, it was some demonic-ish. And though the narcissists in your life might not have the same problem as this little girl has, but you might want to ask yourself, are they hearing voices? And what are these voices telling them? Are they telling them to ruin your life? Are they telling them to delete you from this earth? I think these are some fair questions to ask. With that said, I do hope your day is blessed. And until next time, bye for now. And be good to yourself.